Okay, I'm eating. We're gonna steal some content from this guy. Good luck.
Most Americans to reject the government's conclusion that Oswald acted alone.
Wait, is that true? Most Americans? The majority believe that more than one man was responsible. 61%. Jesus.
And Mrs. Randall mentioned that her younger brother, Wesley Frazier, thought they needed another person at the Texas School Book Depository where Wesley...
Wait, are these AI recordings, or is it like an AI reading, or is this like actual recorded audio? Let me catch up on donos. Hot take, no one shot JFK. His head just did that. Or is it voice actors or whatever? I don't know why Streamlabs can't just like play all the donos like at once. I don't know why it takes so long to cycle through. Or if there's a way to like skip all or catch up. There's like not. Okay. Let's all just
Please stop the slurping noises. I hate it so much and do it every day.
Take a deep breath.
My ears cannot take it.
We're almost there. I think it's like 2 more.
Did you ever speak to Oswald?
Yes, sir.
Did he ever speak to you?
No, sir.
He never replied to you?
No, sir.
Would you say he was...
Absolute Giga Chad. Holy, he was on his grind set, dude. No time to respond to women.
unfriendly?
Yes, sir, I would.
But there were exceptions to his reticence, and one of them occurred on this Friday morning, Plaza, to reach the northbound lanes on the freeway. Now, these turns could still have been avoided had the motorcade continued like so.
How did Kennedy die from the shooting? I forget.
Okay, so all that was happening behind the scenes, but as far as the public was aware, there wasn't even going to be a motorcade. As late as November the 15th, the Dallas Morning News reported that the motorcade seemed unlikely.
Definitely say that I am a Marxist. That is correct. But that does not mean, however, that I'm a communist.
What is the difference between the two?
Well, there's a great...
They didn't even know back then.
Destiny, should I move to Miami this year? I have a wife and 2 kids, let me know. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem, dude. I'll let you know later.
Hi, Destiny, should I get into an open relationship? I have no prospects for future. Thanks.
As long as your mom's included, yeah.
No. Perhaps if I'd been older and had more experience in life, it might have made a difference.
Maybe, dumbass.
Amos Ewens glanced up at the book depository and caught sight of a protruding metal rod.
Drama.
He looked up and the man he'd seen pacing only minutes.
And out of nowhere, Building 7 collapses with no direct hit.
And maybe pause for another second.
Pause.
As though to assure
You can. What that man?
Very thin hair if he wasn't bald. Had on a plaid shirt. I think
Brutal.
it was red and green.
One of the things, we watched these a lot before, I won't make you watch it again.
Excuse me. This is him.
There's so many psychological things at play. The Asch line test, where you can see the people wanting to conform to the crowd. You've got unreliable memory, people selectively remembering things or misremembering things. You've got like implanted memories, the professor saying something to kind of like lead somebody to thinking something different, to like, it's not really an implanted memory, but it's like altering what you think you saw. Like, there's so much, just as a heads up, just eyewitness stuff can be very, very, very goofy sometimes, you know? Yeah. Priming, sure, yeah.
Do you feel you can rely on everything that your husband says?
I don't feel that I can rely on everything anybody says.
Well,
Giga
this
Queen.
is really an unfair question for me to ask any wife about her husband, and I am not asking it very correctly,
At
but...
times, my husband is prone to exaggerate. Does that answer it?
I think it does.
Usually, his exaggerations are not concerned with anything other than himself. They're usually to boost his ego. They usually say that he is really smarter than he is, or he's a better salesman than he is. Something like that.
Jesus Christ.
I went with the FBI and I showed them the window, and I didn't count the bottom floor.
You mean the first time you gave
Whoa, I didn't count. Okay, Mr. Bonger.
a statement, you didn't count the bottom floor?
That's right.
I saw a bald spot on this man's head. Trying to look out the window, he had a bald spot on his head. I was looking at the bald spot.
Oswald did not have a bald spot.
How would you even see that? Wait, what? Like, I looked up and I saw a reflection from a cloud. Wait, what the fuck?
He was thinning a bit in the front, but otherwise had a full head of hair.
That he had a bald
spot in his head. Yes, sir.
Alchemist, thanks for the tier 5 server, buddy.
Could you tell whether his hair was dark or light?
No, sir.
How do you...
Long after years of
He was
silence,
blinded
there's
by the
no telling
reflection
up
of
how
the
his memory could have been distorted.
bald spot, true. Uh-oh.
But even experienced hunters can struggle to pinpoint the number and origin of gunshots by sound alone.
Not me.
Here's a
I can only steal so much content at a time, right?
Yes, sir. They sounded almost like cannon shots. They were so terrific.
much like Geneva Hine on the second floor.
And I noticed 2 black men in a window, straining to see directly above them.
True. By the way, this person doing research just means he's still confident someone else does and he's doing nothing wrong. True!
The president has been shot, but maybe they didn't hit him. He mumbled
said,
something to me. I kept walking.
I
He
got
did
him all
too.
right.
There was just enough time.
Wow.
It's therefore...
Now, what did you do after you
Oswald running back downstairs. I knew I was getting there with the perfect line.
encountered Mr. Shelley and Mr. Lovelady?
When the president was shot...
Jesus. Temperature in Phoenix tops 110 degrees Fahrenheit for the 30th day in a row. By far the longest streak on record. The old record was 18 days. Damn.
What is her full name?
I wouldn't know.
Vicky Adams?
I believe so.
Would you say it was Vicky you saw?
I couldn't swear.
Let them cook.
I remember saying to a fairly big black man inside the building, right near the loading dock, right after I got down the stairs, that I thought the president may have been shot.
Uh-oh.
Sandra Style. Remember James Romack and George Rackley? I mean, I wouldn't blame you if you don't, there's like 100 different names to keep track of, but they were the ones who failed to spot anyone leaving the book depository via the rear entrance for...
That is when I saw the expended shells and the boxes that were stacked up.
I think he got, this isn't AI voice, I think he got voice actors for this.
Two
For people
windows
asking
west of the sniper's nest, Police Captain William Fritz tampered with the evidence.
Uh-oh.
Yes, sir. That is just about the way they were laying.
And fragmentary clips are all that remains today.
Jesus.
In any case...
When the
What is the leading conspiracy theory is that Oswald wasn't alone or that somebody hired him to do it? Is that are those like the most credible ones, like the Dawson tier ones?
picture was taken.
Second shooter.
I know it was foreign made, and you loaded it downward into a built-in clip. But there was another rifle, a Mauser, found up on the roof of the depository that afternoon.
Destiny's very consistent on his meme takes. My meme takes are actually incredibly consistent. Usually I'll make fun of a meme, I'll call it retarded, and then 3 months after it's like no longer funny, I'll start using it.
You took.
No, it doesn't show in any of the pictures.
Detective Robert Studebaker, who'd been working as a forensic assistant for less than 2 months, neglected to explain...
Wait a minute. Did you hear the shots before or after your lunch?
Uh-oh.
Before I ate my lunch.
You think it was before lunch you heard the shot?
I believe it was. Yes, sir.
This video covers maybe 3 to 5% of the main claim conspiracy theorists make about the killing. They talk about Oswald's childhood, his military services, his time in the USSR, his time in Nola and Dallas, his run-ins with the FBI, the magic bullet aspect. It's a shit ton more than 9/11 conspiracy. Oh, gotcha. Wow.
And that's despite the fact that Payne actually had some spare curtain rods in her garage.
Garage?
The same garage where Oswald stored.
And he said, well, he was employed down at the book depository, and he had not been present for a roll call of employees. And we said, Captain, we will save you a trip, because there he sits.
Holy shit, just like the movie Seven.
And approached the suspect. Flanked by officers, Oswald drew a gun and a brief scuffle ensued. But this time he was quickly subdued, handcuffed, and taken to police headquarters back in downtown Dallas.
We could have handled these conversations far better.
Yeah, you
the
think?
Dallas Police Department doesn't have one.
No, sir. I have requested one several times, but so far, they haven't gotten me one.
Just
So
like the Epstein
no one
cameras.
knows exactly what was said inside this room. He claimed to have eaten lunch with 2 co-workers on the first floor of the book depository. One of them was a black co-worker whose name Oswald could not recall. The other was James Jarman. Another interrogator, Oswald's claim was not to have eaten lunch with Jarman and this unnamed co-worker.
Possibly. One of these employees was called Junior, and the other was a short individual whose name he could not recall.
Had last seen Oswald taking an elevator upstairs sometime between 11:30 and 12 o'clock.
As Mrs. Arnold was standing in front of the building, she stated she thought she caught a fleeting glimpse of Lee Harvey Oswald standing in the hallway.
The invasion was described as a fleeting glimpse and that she could not be certain of the man's identity. Arnold herself will later deny it ever happened. Now, speaking only for myself here...
Wait, wasn't there an earlier lady whose last name was Lovelady? Is there a relation here?
Really? Am I missing something here?
Oh, it was the same one? Yeah, well, that was him. Okay, never mind.
Once
So many names, okay.
Now, there's one final
Linda
account of
Lovelace?
Oswald's
Wait,
supposed
what?
alibi that stands out from the rest. It stands out because it really skirts the line of self-incrimination.
Why would you even know that name?
Greens in his bicycle and...
No. Yes. The lineup.
Upon arrival at the police station, Mr. Brennan said, I
The
don't
PlayStation?
know if I can do you any good or not, because I've seen...
So, that's not...
Why are you donating hot dogs and ice creams on my YouTube chat? Guys, I'm not doing that, you dumb fuck.
And I still believe the assassination was a communist activity.
Damn.
And I felt like there hadn't been more than one eyewitness. After Oswald was killed, I was relieved quite a bit that as far as pressure on myself of somebody not wanting me to identify anybody, there was no longer that immediate danger.
Mr. Brennan, could you tell us now whether you can or cannot positively identify the man you saw in the 6th floor window?
He feigned uncertainty to protect his family.
Destiny. Ice cream so good. Slurp, slurp, slurp. Gang, gang. Thank you, Lopez. You got me feeling like a queen.
Of the United States.
Good one, guys.
Oswald expired at 1:07 p.m. He died at 1:07 p.m. We have arrested the man.
Died?
The man will be charged.
Wow. Oh my god, XQC tweeting novels out here.
But let's have a think about this. Assassinate the President of the United States.
Did you talk to that Moonster Tune guy who made some video on copyright a while back? He's acting all tough in Reddit comments right now, like he'd actually be ready to talk. I have no idea who that is.
And excuse my language here, a bit overkill. Yes,
I thought he was gonna say
the President of the United States, but
X got mad at this part of the video? Why?
firmly in
X has
place.
been a kind of
I mean,
on
if
a
there was an
conspiracy arc lately. Is that
argument,
true?
we close the book on this case necessarily.
Wow, Herbal
mean that
Remedy,
there
yes.
were
Thanks for
other
hosting me with
people
14 viewers,
involved
dude.
in the planning. Thanks for watching. Support me on Patreon if you want to. Okay, bye.
Wow, what a wonderful. Cute thing. Alright, love you guys. It's been fun. I love you guys. It's been fun. I love you guys. I'm gonna find somebody to host. Hold on.